Hi guys, engines are back together, all timed up, valves set. I've JB welded plug on there for the sump. Once that's gone off, I'm going to tap that out, put a sump plug in it, blank this off, get the engine back together, and this is the carb which sat like that. Now it's got to sit like that, so I'm going to make a backing plate, and I'm going to make a spacer out of some tube. So it's going to have a backing plate on there, and it's going to have a tube, and then another plate, and the carb's going to sit off like that. It did have a spacer, so I'm going to basically cut that down to the same, so it's in the same area, but it's got the same airflow, maybe, I don't know. And then I can get mounted into there, and then it can go into this. So this is basically what I'm making. It's a quad chassis using the engine from a Mountfield ST98 lawnmower. That's the rear wheels there. I'm just modifying those to make them a bit wider and space them off. Modified exhaust. Suspension from, I don't know, some little Chinese little 125 or something. I need to take this plate off here. This is the engine plate. Originally it was mounted down on hydrostatic transmission, but that popped. I put a chain drive on it, and the chain was too tight, and I basically blew the transmission, snapped the main shaft, so hence turning it into a horizontal shaft with a torque converter. So yeah, I need to take this plate off, mount it to the engine, then mount the torque converter to the other side of this plate, and then mount this sideways, dropping down. I've got a live axle to go on, so that's what I'm working on next. But yeah, just to give you a little, that's the suspension there, the front end braced off, fuel tank, original fuel tank, down to fuel filter, down to low pressure fuel pump, because obviously the engine is going to be higher. Existing wiring harness for the ST98, handbrake, foot brake, and then throttle up there, just some rudimentary linkage, that's just temporary. And this is a torque converter, all the gummins and the belt. That's going to mount onto the side of there, drop down onto the live axle, and hopefully give me, well, with the gearing that I've got, I've worked it out to be around about 25, maybe 30 mile an hour, but it's going to have lots of low end torque because it's going to be used at the farm, and that's what I want, lots of low end torque. I'm not too bothered about the top speed. So yeah, my next job is to basically to make an intake pipe for this carburetor to be able to mount vertically on there, and then once I get on with making all the bits, I'll show you all the bits, I'll get them all welded together, and I'll show you it mounted, and then we'll look to cutting up the rest of the quad tractor thing out.